Well, as usual, things are not going to go according to plan this year for me. Every spring, well, I should say every year after hunting season is over, I have this grand plan, and my hunting partner too. I'm not going to call you out by name, but you know who you are. We have a grand plan. All the things we're going to do to the hunting property the next year in the off season. Start tackling it in late winter, you know, spring, summer, and we're going to be geared up, ready to go. Food plots all over the place, new tree stands, hinge cutting, you name it, we're going to knock it out. So fast forward to mid-September, here we are again. Been out here one time in the last 3 months, I guess it is, and that was a couple weeks ago. Had the skid steer out here with the mulcher on there. At least I got some pathways cleared so I could get back. Corn is planted in all the open ag fields around here, and that makes it very, very challenging for me to get any other kind of equipment. So I use that mulcher and kind of navigated my way along some field edges there to be able to get this big bad boy through the woods, through the field edge, and back to some food plots here. And there's actually still a lot of clover right down in here that you can see too. It's just completely inundated with weeds now. I haven't been out here. I haven't done anything. You know, summertime is the busiest time for me with my business, and this just gets put on the back burner. So I had every intention of spraying, of mowing, of spraying, of using actually a new no-till drill that I had my hands on, and then somebody wanted it, so I sold it. And just when I thought I had a big enough trailer as well, I was gonna put the 1025R with the flail mower on there, gonna put this bad boy on there, had my cedar on there as well. 33-foot long trailer, and guess what? Couldn't make it fit. I tried 3 or 4 different combinations. This is my one shot to get this stuff done. This is the only afternoon that I have available right now. I gotta make it happen, and so I had to cut that stuff out. And so what that means is I've got a really big challenge here for the Rhino Ag Rebel tiller. First time using it, 72-inch tiller on my John Deere 4066R. I actually wanted to get the 84-inch, but they just didn't have them in stock right now, so I went with the 72. That way I could get out here, get something done, and try it out. But let me tell you, this is far from ideal. This is the last thing I want to be doing. Fortunately, I think I'm going to be okay. I really do. It's not going to be sprayed, of course. You know, it's not going to be mowed. There's going to be a ton of wet material on there, but I'm going to go ahead and use the Verislice cedar by Casco. It's only a 48-inch cedar. It's the old one that I had for a smaller machine, but like I said, I had a new no-till drill that I actually wanted to use. Had to sell it to a customer. They wanted it. That comes first, okay? So I'm just using what I had available, so it's going to look really goofy on this machine is my point. But we're going to get it done either way. I'm looking forward to it. This is a lot of material for a tiller to go through, and believe me, it is not ideal at all, but we're going to see if this Rebel tiller is up for the task. Only one way to find out. Well, hey, not bad for one pass here. It's kind of going around the edges, not the thickest part of this food plot here, so we're going to ramp it up a little bit, drive right down the middle of this here and see if it can tackle that as well. I'm not going very fast. I'm going 1.5 to 1.8 miles an hour right now. You know, it's a lot of material that's in here, so I'm just taking it easy. But one pass, if we can get the middle to look just like this in one pass, that's all I'm going to need in order to seed. I love rhymes. Well, so really these are good enough results for me, okay? So one of the benefits of having all that extra material that's going to now die as it's been tilled up, and just the extra, the green stuff here, you know, that's gonna turn brown and die and decay. Couple benefits, right? It's gonna go back into the soil as more nutrients, but two, when I seed this now with that Casco Verislice cedar, everything's going to be kind of buried underneath there in this light fluffy soil, but it's also going to have that cover, which is going to maintain moisture as that material starts to die, which is really going to help with germination and speeding up that process, because seed to soil contact is the #1 thing that you need. And I think 1 pass is just fine with me on this. It's not quite as good as I would like it. If I had more time, I'd probably do 2 passes just to make it perfect. I don't think I'm going to have any issues with germination here though, so we're going to go ahead and knock this thing out and just keep on having some fun. Keep in mind, this land that we're leasing for our hunting lease was actually purchased by the owners who have it now to be a rock quarry, okay? If you hear, there's rocks all throughout this land here. So we're not dealing with just, you know, regular old topsoil here. This stuff is pretty rough, okay? So it's decent, and don't get me wrong, it's not too bad, but there's rocks all throughout here. So it's a good test for the durability, the toughness of this tiller. Okay, so from where I'm standing, kind of over that direction there is that really big plot that we did in the beginning, and then I worked my way just right off camera here to a little small plot here that's just kind of a little hub here, you know, just a little stopping point formed by a tree stand. And then I bushwhacked this while I used my mulcher on my skid steer right through here. You can see in the very kind of in the light that when it opens up out there, there's another overgrown area. It's a finger that they actually tried to plant corn there this year, and they never have success planting the farmers. And so you can see a few stalks that are here and there sporadically that have popped up kind of in rows where they tried to plant this year, but I don't know why, it just never grows there. So anyway, I'm going to be turning that into a plot as well. So I wanted to connect this whole path, and I want to put a tree stand along here, hopefully encouraging the deer to follow this travel corridor right here. But that's what we're going to do next. We're going to till right through here. Really, you know, there's a lot of canopy in here. So probably all that's going to grow in here is some winter rye. I mean, that stuff grows pretty much anywhere. So I'm not going to have a lot of luck, I don't think, without the sunlight growing much else. But once we get out to that other finger over there, that's where we'll have a lot of good luck as well. So this is the last finger right here. You can see those rows of corn. I think you can anyways, going that way there. They're just stunted growth. I'm not really sure what's up with that, but we're gonna turn this into a plot here for this fall, try to get a set up right along this trail and see if we can get stuff from the big ag that's coming out there, kind of working its way back into the cover and the bedding areas here.